Hey guys, today we are doing a review of Honest SEO, and it's not just any review. We're actually going through specific chapters. Most of the book up until this point, we're now on chapter 13, has really been about things that you can do to kind of drive more traffic to your website. This chapter is a little different and unique, and if you've been following any of these videos, you'll know that illustrations and visuals are important to me because that's how I like to read. I like to kind of stop and kind of take things in. And you'll see here, like this basically says negative SEO. And what do you see? Piranhas here, right? So you think on the surface, everything looks good, right? You're following all the strategies of this book and everything seems to be working. But below the surface, there's bad actors out there that are trying to attack your website because they're jealous, right? And so this chapter is a good chapter because it talks specifically about some techniques that people may be using against you, and you might not know it, or you might not even know how to look for it. I think this chapter alone basically covers the cost of admission just for this whole book. So it talks about, negative SEO, right? What are things that people can do, from a negative SEO attack, right? First thing is they send a lot of spammy backlinks to your website, right? Now, if you've got a really solid foundation of links, you probably don't have too much to worry about if somebody attacks you. But if you're just getting started and the first batch of links that Google sees about your website is all about porn and casinos and things like that, guess what? You probably have a problem. And so you need to know how to look for that and detect it. And if that's the case, what you can do to fix it. Some people might even be going to the extreme of like reaching out to where you have some really strong links and attempting to get those links removed where they're acting as you, right? So that's another thing that people might be doing. So it talks about, people actually going through and trying to get some of your strong links removed. Like people don't think about this in the world of SEO, but it happens like every single day. Monitoring your website for outdated plugins, right? That's how websites became vulnerable, right? You see malware getting injected in websites because you're not paying attention to your plugins on your website and you're not keeping those up to date. Talks about people that are cloning websites, right? So they're taking your website and cloning it and creating a duplicate version of your website. What do you do, right? If somebody does that, a lot of times people scratch their head. They're like, I don't know what I would do, right? Well, guess what? The book is going to tell you what to do. There's something called the DDoS attack. That's where basically people send a large amount of traffic to your website to take down your server. And I've seen this successful in some very competitive spaces. And so what do you do if that happens, right? People posting fake reviews, people leveraging private blog networks, click fraud in the world of pay-per-click, people gaining access to your website. Anyway, so there's a whole lot of things that people can do to really negatively affect your website. And so, again, I think this chapter alone pays for the whole book. If you think that this is valuable, pick up a copy today. Honest SEO on Amazon. The link is below.